And you're very welcome back to the programme. Now, still to come, Limerick versus Waterford in hurling and Cork versus Kerry in football. But first we head to Tullamore to see if the old maestro Mick O'Dwyer can work his magic once again as Wicklow take on Westmeath. Our commentators are Kevin McStay and Marty Morrissey.
Well, there's no Desi Dolan or Michael Ennis in the starting 15, but Westmeath still have that well-balanced look about them. Kieran Gavin and Derek Heaven man the central positions defensively, while Martin Flanagan and David Duffy are richly endowed with both ability and experience in the middle of the field. Dennis Glennon is unquestionably the main man up front, while a lot is expected from two championship debutants, Keith Scally at 10 and Conor Lynham at top of the left. Wicklow's international rules star Leighton Glenn captains the Garden County into this championship quarter-final. Beside him in the half-forward line are two of Wicklow's brightest stars, Tony Hannon and Rory Nolan. Shawnee Furlong is an impressive target man at the edge of the square and will be the player that James Stafford and Thomas Walsh will be looking for from midfield. Further back, goalkeeper Mervyn Travers will rely on quality defenders like Damien Power, Alan Byrne and Dara O'Hanny to be on top of their game. The man in charge this afternoon is from Caelan, County Cavan. This is Joe McQuillan, refereeing his first championship match of 2009. Second quarter-final of this weekend is underway. Westmeath with Martin Flanagan, a vital cog in that maroon machine. Sending it down to another vital player. This is Dennis Glennon. Doubts about him playing finally squashed just before the game. Dropping down towards Conor Lynham. Given a lot of space as a result of a misjudgment by Damien Power. And Conor Lynham marks his championship debut with the opening score here in O'Connor Park. Slow build-up. Down for as Dean Odlum. Not a great ball, but it works out fine for Earls. Lovely little dummy. There's an empty net. He's brought down and has to be a penalty. Was there a push?
I believe there was, but certainly penalty, no doubt about that.
Well, this is a vital moment because Wicklow have yet to score. Trailing by 2 points. Here's the penalty. Oh, brilliant save by Carrie Connaughton. Picked up by Keith Scally. Paddy Dalton chases after. There's nobody outside Scally. Gives it inside for Fergal Wilson. John Smith comes in support, flicks it inside for Scally again, gets by the initial defender, loops it with the aid of the fist and puts it over the bar. Coming through Leighton Glenn. Donald Dunner chasing after him. Still Glenn. Good score. James Stafford to his left. Still Walsh. Sending this in, and Gary Connaughton is underneath it. The referee had blown his whistle. Had he? No, he hadn't. The referee has allowed the score. Thomas Walsh sent the ball in. Goalkeeper loses possession, but seems to lose it not because he was challenged. And the ball is in the net. John Smith cutting into the middle. Floating this one in. Oh, heavy collision. Ball breaks. Bodies down, two. Both of them Wicklow. Shoulder for Paddy Dalton looks to be the problem as Westmeath take a shot. That's over the bar. Coming through the centre is David Duffy. Takes a kick and the umpires are in the right position, and that's another point for Westmeath. Floating this one in towards Shawnee Furlong. Knocks it away. Farah's centre half forward Leighton Glenn. Nice pass. Farah Stafford. Can he score from there? One of the best scorers we've seen in O'Connor Park, Tullamore. And try and feed Dean Odlum every single time. John Keane right beside him. Still Odlum. Flicks it inside. Went to the return pass. Back out for his Porrick McWalter. Good interception. Well won. Looks like that's going to be a yellow card as well. It is. David O'Shaughnessy In towards Glennon. He's the man. Gets inside the cover. 4 Wicklow players around him. Any free? Nothing going. Comes out first Fergal Wilson. Tries to get by Kieran Hyland. Hits it. And there's your equaliser. John Smith again. Jersey pulled. Referee blowing his whistle, and he will not allow the free to be taken quickly. Pádraig McWalter is already on a yellow, and Joe McQuillan, if he follows the rules, will also show a red, and Wicklow are down to 14 players. Extra time here in O'Connor Park, Tullamore. Dennis Glennon, scorer 2 points in the second half, gets his first point of extra time. Paul Earls available, fully recovered from an earlier injury. Sweet ball over Ferris Jack Dalton, capable of scoring. Dalton gets inside, that's good play. Can he chip it over the keeper? He can. Ten more minutes here in O'Connor Park, Tullamore. The people who travel to O'Connor Park, well, I'm not too sure if they got their money's worth, but they're certainly enjoying the proceedings. They're getting plenty of football. Here come Westmeath. Chance here for Conor Lynham. That's a fine kick. Ball is distributed quickly. Chance here. Darren Hayden. And that's over the bar. And referee Joe McQuillan blows the full-time whistle. It's Westmeath against Dublin in the Leinster Championship semi-final. It's Westmeath 16 points, Wicklow 110. It's Westmeath against Dublin on June 28th.
We certainly should have beaten them in regular time. We missed the penalty, we missed frees from all angles and what have you, and we missed them from play. We dominated the first half, and we were only just a point or two ahead at half time, which wasn't good enough. And then through the second half we were well on top, but we just couldn't put away the bloody thing. We had plenty of chances, just didn't take them. And Westmeath, when they got our chances, they took them pretty well.
I suppose, if you look at the game, we probably could never pull away from Wicklow. It was a tough, hard contest all the way through. There was nothing spectacular on it, and I would say that the pundits would have a field day on us, with the sloppy football and nothing very entertaining on it. But I suppose the extra game that Wicklow had probably helped them a bit, But I'm glad that we got out of it in the end.
Well, Tommy, reaction to comments of both men?
Yeah, certainly, you'd have to say it was a competitive match. Good, it certainly wasn't. But for both supporters, because it was close, went extra time, there was excitement there in it for them. Absolutely, Wicklow left this behind. No question about it. Wicklow were the better team. They had by far the most chances. Tony Hannon, who, you'd have certainly, on the Langford performance from down, a really good free taker, just had one of those bad days in the office, and you'd feel sorry for him tonight. But Wicklow left it behind. Westmeath have won it. They're back in to play Dublin in Croke Park. I don't think Dublin will be quaking in their boots, but Westmeath played this football where everybody gets behind the ball. Nobody likes it, but it's effective for them.
Okay, now, one of the big talking points, Tony, for Wicklow fans was that a Westmeath point that in the end got them the draw in normal time occurred while there was a Wicklow player down with a serious injury.
Yeah, and I suppose it's something that you have to look at overall during the game as well, that the welfare of the players should be more important than anything that's going on, but there's a rule of control that came in this year, and I suppose it's a direct result of what happened last year with people feigning injury. Now, there's nothing wrong with the tackle or anything like that during the game, but as we saw there, the referee, he left the play go, Joe McQuillan.
Allowed to kick out.
Yeah, Wicklow went back up the field and kicked the ball out, and Westmeath were allowed to kick the ball. And here we see him down injured, obviously seriously injured. Now, I think it's quite reasonable for the referee to leave the play go down the field until Wicklow kicked the ball out of play. But I think at that stage, a sense of care should kick in, and he should have gone and checked about the welfare of Damien Power, who in fact has a broken ankle. You know, now the referee wasn't to know that, or anybody wasn't to know it at the time, but I think the welfare of the player must come first. As I said, I think it was reasonable for him to allow the play go down the field, but at that stage it should have stopped and looked after the player that was injured. Now there was
because the ball had gone out of play.
Because the ball and the play had died. He could have done very quickly to go over and check on his welfare. Now there was 2 other lads with broken collarbones as well during the game.
From Wicklow,
but it was a game that there wasn't a dirty stroke pulled in the game, just unlucky for them. But I think the welfare of the player must come first.
Tom, one of our emailers points out that apart from that incident, there was a subsequent incident when a Westmeath player went down injured, but the referee waited for that player to get up. Now, presumably...
Yeah, it does. And you know, I have sympathy with the referee today because, you know, I think last year we had an awful lot of this dive and fellas lying on the ground, and it was really giving everybody a pain in you know where. And like, I think they've been good this year. I think the referee was unlucky. I think, ironically enough, you even saw the Westmeath doctor going out to that incident, and that should have created a trigger for the linesman to press a buzzer in his ear or just help the referee. But I think he was unlucky today.
Okay. There was complaints too that the Wicklow goal might have been a square ball.
Yeah, there was, Des, but like I think, you know, we'll see it coming up here. I think it's Tommy Walsh has gone through with the ball, and I'm not so certain he's trying to drop it in the square now. I think I have a feeling he's going for a point. But you can see Paul Earls, and you can also see Dean Odlum. And look where they are now in their position when Tom Walsh kicks the ball. So you have to give Dean Odlum great credit for getting into that danger zone. I think, you know...
No, I don't think he was in the square
Gary
at all.
Connaughton just dropped the ball. Just a mistake by Gary. You know, maybe his eye was caught by Paul Earls, but definitely fair goal, good goal. And Dean Odlum to be complimented by running 35 yards.
It's an awful collision with the post, isn't it?
Not a pretty sight, Des, I can tell you. He'll be sore in the morning.
I hope
he's all right. And best wishes, by the way, to the Wicklow lads, because 3 of them have very serious injuries. So that's a rough one for them. The contenders for man of the match, Tony?
Well, I suppose we have to choose 3. So we went for Frank Boyle, corner back. We have Conor Lynham in the corner forward for Westmeath, who kicks some good points. And we have James Stafford for Wicklow centre midfield, and he did it really well there today.
And who gets the award, Tommy?
Frank Boyle got the nod from us because he was out in front all day today. He gave a very John Keane-like performance, and John, as we all know, is a very good defender, and he's very pacey. He was always getting in, and he also got up the field to get a great score. And you know, like, it was hard to pick man of the match today. There was a lot of men at the same level, but Frank really just got the nod from Kevin, who was at the ground.
All right, then well, let's hear from him now. He spoke afterwards to Joanne Cantwell.
Well, Frank Boyle, congratulations on being the GAA Football Championship Man of the Match. Is that a very relieved dressing room in there?
Very relieved. We knew what we were expecting coming up here today. We knew we were going to have a tough, very difficult encounter here, and we're just delighted to get over it, because we were going bad throughout the year, but we're just delighted to get over it now and get a crack at the Dubs in Croke Park.
All right, good for you, Frank. Enjoy that crack at the Dubs. Now to